Yeah.
I mean, to me, it's missed opportunities. Fifth topic here.
Right.
The standard format for a Night of Champions pay-per-view event has typically involved the defense of most or all of the WWE titles. However, it currently appears that Roman Reigns may not be defending his undisputed world title. What is your take on Reigns competing instead for the tag team titles? Is this a refreshing deviation or just another instance of the Bloodline story overshadowing the rest of the roster? It can be both. It can be refreshing while it's the Bloodline constantly causing a holdup in everything else that's going on in WWE. So you have Roman Reigns in a tag match, which means we don't know for sure he's going to win. Anybody else, you put him in the ring with anybody else, we know 100% he's not losing at Night of Champions. So that match is a throwaway match. If you put Roman Reigns in the ring with Rey Mysterio, we know 100% you just mark it off on the card. So what they've done effectively is more than likely Roman's not winning this match, right? There's very unlikely that Roman Reigns walks out now holding 2 world titles and a set of tag team titles.
Or could he?
If he's holding 4 fucking belts come the Friday after Night of Champions, I'm done.
Could you just imagine
I'm
that?
done. They're just draped on his arms. But I think there's no chance. But the problem is, this is what WWE created. The Bloodline dominates all the stories at this point in WWE. This is the hole that they've dug. So they have to lay into it at this point. There's no getting around it. And tell me, who could you credibly put in the ring right now? You have your choice. Any person in the world, you put him in the ring with Roman Reigns, and the fans will believe there's a 5% chance he wins.
It would have been Brock Lesnar for me, but
you can't do that again. I mean, you're not. People will roll their eyes if you do Brock Lesnar again. I mean,
they haven't built up anybody enough right now.
It's not even about building up. It's that it's at this point, it's obvious Roman's not losing the belt until WrestleMania.
Daddy Roman's keeping it for a long time.
He's just going to hold it. The event has to be at this, like the Cody thing was so built up, and that was like your get off exit. You could have took it away there, but now you've created the spectacle of like, it's not going to be SummerSlam. It's not going to be Survivor Series. It's not going to be Royal Rumble. The only place that Roman Reigns can lose a title now is at WrestleMania. That's it. That's the only. So we got to know we're on this fucking train until WrestleMania next year. And at this point, we're pretty reclined to, like, that's what I was gonna say, right? Who are the names? Jey Uso, Cody Rhodes, Solo Sikoa, and The Rock. Yeah. Those are like the 4 names that I'm comfortable saying out loud that I think if those guys are in a match with Roman Reigns, I go, there's a 5% chance they're going to win. Still don't believe it if it's not WrestleMania. But those are the only names that matters. And it's going to be on a gigantic stage. There's no other event. But what's not being talked about enough out of this Bloodline stuff is you have to look for like silver lining, right?
Okay.
The silver lining is the Bloodline are creating a babyface Uso team, which will pay off in the end. You're going to get a good guy version of the Usos coming out of all of this Roman kind of beating them down.
Yeah.
So for all of the because Roman Reigns is 100% now holding up the tag team division, right? He's been holding up the world heavyweight division, but now he's also holding up the tag team division because at least for the next 2 weeks, we know the tag team belts stay on KO and Sami Zayn, and we know that that's who they're fighting, and we know that that's not a long-term story in the tag team division. That is just a story invented to create more dissension between the Usos and the Bloodline. Now, here's the thing we talk about. This is Night of Champions. This is when all the title belts are supposed to be defended. And what WWE is basically settled on is the world heavyweight title is enough. This new belt. Mm-hmm. I think that based on the pleasant reception that fans have kind of overwhelmingly said, oh, we like this idea, we like this belt, I don't think that we're going to get the big Roman Reigns celebration that we thought we were going to get at Night of Champions. I don't think that Roman Reigns is going to be the main event at Night of Champions. Mark that down. I just don't think, for Roman typically is the last person you see on a show. I think that the World Heavyweight Championship, this new title, is what main events Night of Champions. Seth Rollins, AJ Styles, because I think the last optic that WWE should want to see is Seth Rollins holding that belt up as your new champion and as the guy that you know for the next at least year, that's the guy who's going to be main eventing most of your premium live events. Because that's going to be the big belt. Roman's going to show up. They're talking about Roman taking an even like more modified schedule. And I've seen people go, well, that means he's going to drop the belt. No, it doesn't. It just means that he's going to become this spectacle that shows up 3 times a year. He doesn't have to be at every event. That's
when
what
he is there, it sells the ticket.
It's a big deal. And now that you have the World Heavyweight Championship, that belt will be the main event on all of these in-between premium live events. And the world of wrestling will continue to roll forward. So I'm telling you, like, Roman will not main event Night of Champions. They can call it co-main event or whatever they want, but he won't be the last match of the night. So let's look at what the card looks like right now for Night of Champions, right? Mustafa Ali and Gunther. We know who's winning that match. We know why that match was made. This is the complaint about Saudi Arabia, right?
Yeah.
This is we're going to Saudi Arabia. We got to put Mustafa Ali in a match. It's fresh. It works. He's not beating Gunther. So mark that down. We know what's happening there. Seth Rollins versus AJ Styles. Love AJ Styles, but Seth Rollins is the guy they're putting this title on.
Yeah.
This belt was designed for Seth Rollins. Seth hasn't had a belt in I know he had the United States title, but I'm talking about a legitimate big-time championship in a long time. It's Seth's time. He's so over with the crowd. He's winning that match. Roman and Solo versus KO and Sammy. I can't tell you who wins. I can tell you that it's either disqualification, but the belt is going home with KO and Sammy.
Definitely.
It's not. There's a part of me that thinks this match doesn't make it to Night of Champions.
Like something happens.
That something happens before and Sammy doesn't actually go. I believe that's still on the table.
Yeah, that's crazy to me that he's going.
Cody versus Brock 2. This could go either way because if Brock Lesnar wins this match, that means there's going to be a third match at SummerSlam probably. Okay. So that makes sense.
That makes a little sense. Yeah.
I think that though it's Cody Rhodes is going to win this match and they're going to be done with the Brock and Cody story. You have Becky versus Trish Stratus. Okay, that's
Becky.
kind of, I mean, I guess, I don't know. It depends on how long they're trying to drag these things out. But I will tell you, what I can tell you, this isn't going to be Backlash. It's not going to be a fun show like Backlash. This is a more WWE by the books premium live event. Whereas Backlash was just a fucking party, right? It was no expectations, Bad Bunny, Damian Priest, let's go blow the lid off this fucking place and have fun. That's not what this is going to be. Like the other match possibilities are Rhea Ripley versus Natty. Okay. I mean, is anybody really that invested in that? Bianca Belair versus Asuka again. Is anybody really that invested in that? Austin Theory versus question mark because you're 1 week out and he really doesn't have anybody that he's locked in with. And let me run this past you. Night of Champions as of right now, outside of a possible Rhea Ripley match, has 0 Judgment Day presence.
Oh, that's crazy.
No Damian Priest, no Finn Balor, and no Dominic Mysterio.
Why no Dom? Do they not like him over there?
I just think it's the way these stories have played out. I think they completely botched the Dom and Ray story, and it just kind of like if that's the way that was meant to end, what a wasted opportunity.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's no big surprise moment on Night of Champions card as far as I can see right now. Very doubtful that any titles change, right? What Bianca most in danger?
I don't think that
if Austin Theory's on the card, he's most in danger. But right now he's not on the card. Bianca most in danger?
No.
Most in danger.
Yeah, okay.
I'm with you. I don't think there's any because they've started to say when she comes out, they've started to say
the longest
modern reigning women's champion.
That's all I hear.
Mm-hmm. So I'm with you too. I don't think so.
Side note: this is like kind of random, but like now every time that I hear Becky Lynch talk, I just hear that
she does
stands out to me
because
it was that last. I don't remember when she did it, but it was like really, really prevalent. And then this last
one night where she was just like going in on her promo. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, Gunther's not dropping.
No, so I'm not going to be mean, but like, I don't like to know that I know what's going to happen.
Yeah, and even if there's some swerves, it feels like it's pretty set in stone.
I want to be surprised, WWE.
It feels like we have to just be content with like, we're going to get a new world heavyweight champion. We're going to know who that champion is, even though, I mean, I would say I haven't looked at betting odds,